ranchera. Okay, ready?
Hey, that'd be a good, like, develop this song and it's just your ode to the elote man.
Alright, guys. This is
Go.
another
Go.
episode of Better Things to
You
Do.
recording?
I am the
He's recording already.
Elote Man, aka.
We're recording. Put it away. We're recording.
Where was the 3, 2, 1?
I was recording that whole time.
Oh.
It's your boy, the Elotero, the Elote Man, the man of the people, of the streets. I'm from the streets. I give out corn. I give out Doritos. I give out corn in a cup. What's it called? Esqueletos. Esqueletos.
I hate this already.
And then we got your boy, the Palotero Man.
Palotero.
You're out there with the bell. Ring, ring, ring.
Selling palos.
Selling palos. Bien enteros. And then we got your boy.
I hate this.
Let's make you. You're the. What would you call them in Spanish? The. Las señoras on the esquinas, and then they have all the fruit and sometimes the aguas. What would you call them?
Fruteras?
Fruteras. Agua frescaderas.
These terms, yes.
But yeah, so I come up to another Better Things to Do. We'll catch us on the corner and we'll sell you one of our goods.
Now that you mention that, since I don't work Sundays, you know how I usually wake up Sunday mornings?
Like everyone else?
No. I always wake up to like someone that's like a block away. It feels like they're like a block away, but it's like really muffled, always going tamale.
You get the tamale?
Tamale. Right? And I'm always like, is this a dream or is there actually a lady going around selling tamales like first thing in the morning?
Because the only
tamale, it feels far away. Always. I'm always like, I wonder where this lady's at, because it never feels like she passes like by my house. It always feels like she's far, but yet right there at the same time.
She's the legend of the streets.
Because normally I've seen them like on parking lots.
Because there's in front of my grandma's house, there will always be a tamale like lady, and hers were good. She makes them the really small ones. I was never a fan of them. I'm like, give me more, give me a nice like big one. But then she gave up the little small ones. Those were good. Cause those pack a little more jugo. I don't know. A little more jugo. Cause then like sometimes they make it too dry. The rojas, whatever, the puercos. I don't know. The little ones, they just smack more just cause they're smaller. They put a little bit more juice in it. Give me the juice.
Whenever we make tamales for Navy Dad, my dad one time he like complained, and he was like the tamales de puerco don't have enough.
Puerco? They don't have enough.
Like de rojo.
But they don't have enough meat. That's what.
Yeah, they don't have enough meat. So, being the kind of person that I am, I was like, all right, bet. So now every time, like, cause I'm the one who has to fill them. My sisters are the ones que le embarran, and I'll fill them up. So whenever we have the carne ones, I load them up, and I always make sure I'm like, give me the big ones, the big hojas. Just they barely close. I'm like, all right, so he doesn't like no bitching. It's all carne, no masa. It's just enough masa. It's just enough masa to cover it. That's it. It's all meat.
All meat, no masa.
And then like the tamales are like they're like this thick.
Dang.
See, I went to a place once where the tamales, they actually the ones the pollo, they actually had a drumstick in them. So imagine
it's like a corn dog.
The thick boys.
It's almost like a tamal corn dog. Because would you be holding it from the
No.
the leg and just
the whole bone was in there. It was like big tamales.
What the hell?
Big fat tamales.
Dude, imagine that with the turkey leg.
Oh.
So
we get the hojas, right? But then you have to get like 3, and you know how they put it on top, and you put a little masa there, so they stick together. Then we put the turkey leg in it.
I think you're gonna need more than 3.
Probably more, huh? Because the turkey legs are kind of thick.
You might need the banana leaves.
Oh, tamales, the ones, cause my friend's from Oaxaca, and he will bring tamales from his pueblo, but they make them in the banana leaves. But then they make it of like mole.
Yes.
Tamales like the mole.
Those are dang.
I'm down. Well, what kind of mole?
They make it.
The
The
best
one,
one, dude.
the one that I've had was
The OG one.
what's the OG one?
The chocolate
The
ones?
OG one.
Chocolate one?
Yeah.
The black ones.
I'm not a fan of that.
When I was in the cumbia band, we played at a mole festival
Ugh.
in Anaheim, of all places. It was like at a park, but it was like a bunch of people from like Oaxaca, a bunch of people from just different regions in Mexico, but like the more southern.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a mole festival. Literally every stand it was just a different like flavor of mole. It was kind of dank. It was good.
When me and this fool would perform, I don't like mole. Especially the darker ones are with chocolate. Like the only mole I fuck with is the green one. Right? Because it's the most not mole. Maybe that's why. But I'm not a fan of mole. When we would perform, there's a 50-50 chance either the place we played at had mole or had birria. And I was always like, give me birria, dude. Give me birria for the win.
And it was always mole.
And it's like, it felt like 70% of the time it was mole. 30 was birria. And then there was a small chance you had both.
I had a good time.
But,
mole.
and the band, the rest of the band knew I didn't like mole. So whenever they knew it was all mole, they were all like, "Hey, vamos a comer, tienes hambre, tienes hambre." I was always like, "Motherfucker, you know what, man? I'll just eat after."
I'm gonna bring my own like.
I'm gonna bring my own like sandwich and shit.
Like, Doña, can I use your microwave?
And I would eat it like a fuerzas, just cause like I didn't want to be disrespectful. But I did not have a good time. Every time I had to eat.
I had the best time.
One of the best meal. Oh, go ahead.
The one time that neither of us ate because it grossed us out. It was when we played at that airport. That this was gross because they didn't serve it with spoons or other utensils like any normal civilization would. They had gloves on and they were just like.
Well, what was it that they were giving you?
It was like birria.
Birria, right? It was like they were like, "¿Quiere birria? Sí." Frijoles? Sí.
Yeah.
Ensalada? Sí.
¿Y para tomar?
¿Para tomar? It was so gross. When we got it, we're just like,
¿Quién quiere pastel?
They like throw it at you.
You got too lit. Just slurp it up. That's fine.
I see a towel over there.
See towel.
Oh, but that's my good.
Pues ni modo. Your good towel's gonna.
Absorb these technical difficulties.
Or just continue your story.
I mean, there's not much more after that. It was disgusting.
Wait, you said you performed at an airport?
It was like an aircraft carrier. It was like a private airport, no?
I only asked because we played at one too.
And it was in Moreno Valley, I think.
Moreno Valley? The one we played was in Oxnard.
It was like one of those.
North.
It was like one of those like it looked like an aircraft carrier. Like you would store like private jets.
Yes, that's
right. It was like that. It was one of those places.
Yeah, well, ours was like south, like Moreno Valley area, like Paris maybe.
Oh, yours was that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going north, like in Oxnard.
That whole gig was just weird because the food was gross, and we ended up. There was basically, think of it as like a battle of the bands type of thing.
There was two bands.
There's two bands, and we played what 1 hour set, 2 hour sets.
Wait, that was the type of gig it was?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a quince or like a wedding. Or
what was it?
I don't fucking remember what it was. I think a wedding. No, quince.
It's a quince. It's a quinceañera.
Well, they had two
because
bands.
if it was a wedding, they would have had the mosh pit. The one where they're like running in circles around like the
culebra, and they're like then.
Yeah, but eventually, especially when the guys got in, you might as well just because it looked the same. And eventually, the bride always tumbled.
She like gets tackled and clotheslined.
Caught up. But I don't remember that happening, so I'm assuming it was a quinceañera.
Yeah,
but basically, it was like I think it was 2 hour sets. Right, we went on and off. I think we went first.
Yes, because
the other band went first because they got there late. Remember, we ended up playing like an hour late.
Oh,
because they showed up late.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to perform first.
The horn players showed up late. Yeah.
So, it was us, regular band. We had our percussionist, us two, our vocalist / keyboard player, our bass player, a guitar player, and the guy who played Guido wasn't there anymore. The old guy, right? The one who was singing. That guy wasn't there anymore. We had the sound guy, and then the sound guy that played Guido, who I don't know how he made it back home every night.
You get like,
he was loading. And then their band had the keyboard player singer. He wasn't like a drum set. He just had like timbales, right?
Timbales.
A Guido player as well, and a guitar.
I think so.
Right, but it was a 4-piece band, right? They're doing. We just finished doing our sound checking. They go do their sound checking, and we hear a bass player.
We hear a full band playing,
but nobody was playing.
What the heck?
Right?
Oh, I know what's happening.
The dude basically had like an iPad and just like. ¿Estamos bien? No. Okay, we're good.
What?
We were like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, you have the whole band right here. They basically sequenced all their songs, so they didn't need a bass player because they would just get like like an iEddy player, like an iEddy, and just fucking like pick a key. All right, there you go. There's your bass line. Change the tempo, right? But we were tripping out because we heard a whole band and we're like, there's only like 3 or 4 people there. Like,
and it's funny because he was controlling it with his feet. So
Yes.
like, imagine like fucking full double chin looking under his keyboard like.
well,
Wait, how was he doing it with his feet? Like pedals?
I think so. Like he had like those guitar pedals.
so he had pedals. The man was talented because he had pedals. He was playing keys and singing all at the same time.
Sheesh.
And then like it was weird because then like if they needed to play like if they were gonna loop a section, he'd just hit a pedal and it would go back to a different
I don't know
section.
what app he was using, but that shit's elite.
We gotta get that. That's how we're gonna start a band. See, we don't even need like a drummer, a bass player.
Dude, we can just program
Yeah,
everything and
we'll
able
do
to.
this. Oh, okay. Look at those Japanese like hologram like performers,
I've
Where-
never seen them.
or
Yeah,
like
they're
or
creepy.
like gorillas. You know how it's like they're not real. What if we do that? We make a cumbia band that's like holographic, not real, and we just have them like we will make the songs like electronically, whatever.
Would we be Halo Cumbia or Cumbia
Gram.
Cumbia Gram?
No, it has to be cumbiach.
No,
But
Cumbiachas
that's,
are metal
yeah, I
band.
feel like that's gotta be a
We'll
live
be
thing.
we'll have Cumbia House, Cumbia Metal, and then our
Halo.
Cumbia Gram or Halo
Yeah.
Cumbia or whatever we end up calling that part.
Halumbia.
That fucking
Halumbia?
stupid.
Ew, Halumbia doesn't sound right.
That fucking stupid logo I made for cumbiach.
Rocket, dude. We have one song for Cumbiach. We have one song.
Should we just
No.
no? Okay,
No,
save
stop
it.
It's in the
Stop
it's,
it.
it's in the lab. We can't let it leak.
Fine.
We are gonna get into legal.
It'll be
trouble.
out when it'll be out.
Yeah.
Stay
Maybe
tuned.
one day.
Summer.
We're gonna make it happen.
We'll tell you guys one day.
Let's give ourselves a date just so we could be like, okay, we said this date. We'll just try to make it.
2031.
That's like in.
Nobody's
Oh, wow.
pioneering cumbia metal, so we have no competition.
Right, next summer.
It's lit song though. It's like the full structure of the song is already laid out.
I'm down. Do you guys have a topic for the song? Like
No, there's no lyrics yet.
We'll probably do about like, I don't know, some random shit we see.
Okay, wait. Okay, if it's metal cumbia, like, are you guys? What's the like? Are we dressing like? How are we dressing?
So I imagine like a bedazzled jacket
But then with patches of like.
with patches and studs, like where all the like the stitching goes,
okay.
like studs, just like big studs, and then like the little things that like float,
Ooh.
right? And so then in the back is gonna be cumbiach in like a font like this, like cumbiach. And then we're gonna have like all black nails, everyone black nails.
Down skis.
we're gonna have like Doc Martin looking boots, like thigh high, like metal boots with jeans.
Black jeans.
Oh, it could be an assortment of jeans. I feel like metal's open ended with their jeans. It could be black. It could be like the light blue ones. They're in a spectrum, really.
Got it.
And then as far as the hair, I don't know. Maybe we can all rock the long hair with open chested like button up.
Because the way I always pictured it was wingtips, black slacks, a white button up shirt. Okay. The wristbands with the fucking spikes that are like this big.
Oh no.
Okay? The reason you have the white shirt is because you gotta splatter blood, see, because it's metal. That's what the white shirt is for.
But
okay, no, I want black metal paint, like the white paint with like just a bunch of black and shit. Like,
but are we a Norwegian death metal band?
Yes, we're a Norwegian cumbia metal band. I want that shit. I want the long hair. Everyone either has to have a beard or a goatee of some kind.
Fuck.
Okay, so you gotta let that grow out. Okay. We can have open chest, but then we have to draw an upside down cross. If we're gonna bedazzle the shirt, again, upside down cross.
It has to be like an Ed Hardy bedazzled inverted cross.
Oh, we should have a tiger.
We can have a tiger.
Bedazzled.
Like imagine like the inverted cross with the tiger coming out on the side.
It's kind of horde.
With death metal makeup.
Yeah, that's kind of horde. Like
and then like, cause in the song we have sections of just straight metal and then other sections of pure cumbia.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. Dude.
It's gonna go from.
You're. Yeah. So basically, you're gonna get mosh pit to two stepping, to moshing to two stepping, dude.
And then we're gonna have a wall of death section where everyone's two stepping to each other.
They're gonna run like that, but by the time they reach it, we've reached the cumbia section, so they're gonna stop.
And then everyone meets their partner and they start dancing.
Yeah, it's great. The concept behind cumbiach is elite.
All right, well, what would be like the festival we create, where we combine these two genres together?
Is Bazaar Festival still a thing? Because I remember Bazaar Festival was always just a bunch of weird ass bands. Like that's where Mr. Bungle played.
We could just go to Knotfest.
Oh, there you go. Knotfest in Mexico. Don't they play in Mexico?
Yeah.
There it is.
What's it called? They have a specific name for the Mexico one. It's Knotfest something. I might be making it up.
Knotfest Cumbia.
But yeah, we'll be headlining in 2031.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna have Corey Taylor on some of the songs just to make sure we get into Knotfest.
Hey, we need to get Joey though, the drummer from Slipknot, to be our drummer.
There it is.
An elite
Joey,
drummer.
Is he Mexican? Or like
he's not with Slipknot anymore.
Email me.
Well,
He's
what
with
is
Murder
his?
Dolls.
What is his?
Dolls.
Is he white?
Yeah. They all are. They're from Iowa.
There could be some.
They could, but they're not.
You're right. Iowa. Yeah.
Mr. Geography, where's Iowa?
You know. Okay, where would you want to?
I know where Iowa is? Yeah, it's.
I don't like this partnership that is going on, and I am being
further east.
I am being targeted in this.
Yes.
Okay.
Attack.
Okay. Between those 2 points, somewhere in there.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yes. So where is it?
Do you know the general area?
You know. There's. So how about them Lakers?
Them Lakers,
dude?
they just beat the Clippers.
I know they beat the Bucks.
They beat the Bucks, dude.
I'm mad.
Clinch the playoffs. Oof.
Clinch the playoffs.
That's the first time they made it since I think when Dwight Howard was in the Lakers, but that was
2013.
Yeah, that's funny how maybe Dwight Howard is our missing piece because they went to the playoffs when they had him. He left, he came back, and now we're in the playoffs again. Coinkadink, I think, huh?
I mean, it could also just be LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but
True.
we're gonna go with Dwight Howard. Oh, my bad. I left out a crucial piece of our puzzle. Caruso.
Wait, so like, is he a meme?
Caruso? No, he's a superstar.
He's our king.
Is he a meme or is he actually like really good?
He's really good, dude, bro. He was in the voting. Like
Yeah.
he was in the All-Star game until the NBA decided to discriminate and keep the white man down. It's horseshit. Alex Caruso deserved to be an All-Star.
Because I've seen like a few highlights, and they're like he has clutch plays, but I don't know. Like he's still benched though. He's not a starter.
Hey man, he's
Some
a hype man.
some people, dude. Andre Iguodala won the MVP coming off the bench the first time the Golden State. Yeah, dude. So you don't have to be a starter to like be good. Caruso is a secret weapon. They save him for last.
Yeah.
Dude, once his little pelitos he has left like stand up, he's like, oh, dude, I'm feeling it. He gets out there and dude, he's dunking it on
I'm
everyone.
just saying, whatever LeBron is doing, why not hook up Caruso with it?
Yes, the just for men.
Yeah, dude. Just like tell.
Or just full bald. I don't know why he keeps.
I think he'll look weird full bald.
What?
Like just be like, find a landscaper to just put in some turf on top, and then just make sure it's padded down. Because LeBron has turf.
I've seen those surgeries, and they not surgeries, but those like procedures to like paste down like the turf.
Don't they cut off like a section of your hair from the back and they put it on top? So
that's the surgery. But what we're talking about is like, you know how he has like the crown, like the priest thing going on. They just like shave this top part, and then they just put like a thick amount of glue, and then they like glue down.
Oh, we're talking about like a toupee to put on him. But that's like
kind of
or like a wig.
Because the toupee only goes over, right?
Yeah.
It's like that one's like
it's like a wig.
It's on it.
But then how do you go about like the hair growing under?
Oh, there's nothing growing. There's nothing growing there. That's the whole point.
Well, no. Obviously, he has hair on the top of his head a little bit.
Ooh.
Like say like fake teeth, where they like shave them down, and then they insert.
Yeah, they probably they laser
probably
it.
something like that. Like they laser it off so it doesn't grow, and then they. Because the other thing, the part that you were talking about, where they do the surgery and shit, but the thing is because they're cutting that part off.
But I heard. Because there's a YouTuber I watch who got it, and his face did look like that. He was like all stretched, but now it looks kind of normal. So I'm assuming it gets
evens
back.
out.
Yeah,
but definitely when you first get it, you're.
Are you gonna go bald?
I hope not.
Wait, does it run in your family?
Not that I know of. I don't think I have any.
I might. If I don't lose my hair, it'll definitely thin out. Cause my dad is bald. He has the whole like Caruso thing going on. And his dad, I think he ended up being bald. Either bald or really thinned out hair. So I might suffer from. But here's the thing: I have Indio blood, and Indios don't go bald.
Yeah, you guys have the full.
Like Indios don't go bald, so I'm hoping my ancestors are looking down on me, being like, "Don't worry, I got you."
Does your mom have like a nice set of hair?
Yeah, she has like thick hair. I have hair. Hair. I have her hair. She has most of it.
It's a hard. That was actually a hard like her
hair. I have her hair because my dad has curly hair, like very like thin chinito hair.
I wouldn't picture that. Looking at your dad, like I couldn't picture him with.
No, my dad had long hair.
Yeah, like
he rocked the death metal hair.
Ooh.
My dad had long hair. He had a ponytail when he was young.
See, do you feel that's like I give my dad shit because of this, because of the beard. He doesn't like the beard, right? My dad's the kind of Mexican that has the mustache, right? But he gives me shit because I have the beard, and I'm like, bro, I've seen pictures of you in the '80s. You have a beard and a mullet, all right? So don't come at me. Don't come at me with that. Like I can see that in the pictures, like the ones from the side like that.
To show it off.
You can see it. I'm like, no, nah, fool, you can't give me shit. Look at that.
Yeah,
at least I'm not walking around with a mullet, although I want to.
That'd be cool.
I'd be down to
Bring it back.
mullet.
Have you seen the ones? It's like they do a mohawk, but then it turns into a mullet.
What?
Now that's a vibe, dude.
No, dude, I want a straight up mullet. I want a a business in the front, party in the back.
Oof.
Oh, you gotta do the one picture I sent you guys on the group chat on Instagram, where it's like he has a Hitler mustache, the beard going down all the way down to the happy trail.
I've always thought of that, like one epic ass happy trail that goes from like the nose all the way down.
But like, I don't get hair though. Like here in this section,
you gotta let your chest hair grow out. When your
I've
chest,
been
when your chest hair and your neck beard become one.
I've been growing it out. This is all that's happened.
Put in fertilizers.
Or the one meme that's gone around for a long time where it's like
that
this,
one's gross.
and it goes up here and everything else is bald.
Wait.
That one's disgusting.
I saved the picture.
Because then his face just looks like...
It's like he's peeking through like a curtain, like hello.
Dude, look at.
Oof.
So now
it's that from that cartoon.
Looks like
Doug. But someone commented his piojos are gonna have like a fight in the ring.
Oh my god.
It's in a ring. They're like gladiators.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but I don't know. I might go bald.
Nice.
But I'm hoping my ancestors are looking
not nice.
I don't even know
out for me.
I don't even know how many. I was all excited to be silver, but I don't even think that runs in. And I can't picture any like of my dad's side, because I look more like my dad than my mom.
Your mom?
Like essentially, me, my dad, and my uncle are basically just different permutations of the same person.
Is your dad your uncle like cuates or just?
No. They're the polar opposites, because my dad is the oldest and my uncle's the youngest. Right? Like I think they're like 11 years apart.
Oh shit.
Dang.
But it's just like if you can get somebody and just kind of do 3 different versions of the same person, that's essentially what it is.
Interesting. Yeah, you look a lot like your dad.
And we even like act similarly. We have the same conceptually the same humor, just applied in different ways. And my uncle's probably the worst because he's the most annoying. Like one time, and he's athletic. He's the athletic version of us, right? So that his trolling can go another level.
Oof.
One time when they came over, it was we went to the beach, and I was teaching them how to throw a football because they were grabbing it from the middle. Right?
Oh.
You gotta grab it from the end. And we were throwing around the ball. And then we were pretty much like, hey, they were like, hey, ven a comer. And I had kicked them a soccer ball, right? And he's a soccer player. Like, his cardio, he never stops running.
Oof.
He's that kind of guy. He got the soccer ball. He launches it. My aunt is standing right here. My cousin's standing right here. He launches this ball. I don't know the trajectory. I don't know the physics behind it. But the ball goes, smacks my aunt in the face, and immediately goes, bah! And smacks my cousin in the face. It goes, dun dun. Oh my god, dude. And it was with, both of them were with force because they both went, boom.
I guess imagine like a tia.
Yeah, dude, it went, boom. Right? The ball goes straight. It went straight to my cousin, just boom.
Oof.
Oh, bro, I'm like, and he
Wait,
was
he
far
did
away.
it like on purpose or?
Yeah, he was like 50 yards away, just. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, you learned how to throw a football like maybe like an hour ago, and he's already chucking like.
Oh shit!
darts.
The football.
No. Well, because
it's a soccer ball.
Because he's a soccer ball,
okay.
so a soccer player. So throwing is not part of the criteria.
Right.
So it just like once he figured out the mechanics of how to throw the football, he got the soccer ball and basically applied the same mechanics and just like he threw it like it was a beautiful lob. I saw it coming. I never expected that to happen because it was the most beautiful thing ever. It looked like a pinball machine.
Because I can understand with soccer, because when I used to play, my sparring partner for free kicks and penalties, the guy I used to practice with, like I got my free kicks to the point where I could aim at people's faces. Oof. I would get them at least once every practice. I wouldn't do it because I know I wouldn't do it every time because I knew I could do it, but at least at the very end I was like okay, I'm gonna fake him out with this nasty curve. Sure enough, he goes to block it, hits him in the face.
Those are always the worst. The one time during an elementary school, remember at our elementary school the tether balls? So with the tether ball they have like the metal part at the top.
Those tetherball courts, like you would fight to the death to get one of those. There's only 3.
Yes.
Right, but
They added more later, but yeah.
You had to be in the front of the line,
Mm-hmm.
and the new nades wouldn't let you run.
Mm-mm.
So you saw a bunch of really fast walking.
Just a little
Right?
like
No,
niños
because
walking.
if you got there 1st, it was your court, and you can set the rules.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was so prestigious to get one of those 3. It was always like when I was there was always like one group controlled one, the second was controlled by another group, and the third one was always up for grabs. So those 2 you can never touch, because there was a certain posse that always controlled those. The third one was open rules. Like whoever got there, got there. But that's where if you got it, the person who owns that court for that recess chooses who gets to pick their way and serve.
Mm-hmm. That game never caught my attention. I was more of a handball kind of guy. But with what was the I forget what the rules are called, but basically if
Slaughterhouse?
Yes, Slaughterhouse.
You gotta
just fucking wailing on people as they're passing by you.
That was such
that's the kind of game I don't think anybody plays now.
No.
I don't think anyone can
That shit's gone.
But
that shit was so fun.
Imagine we go to the park where all the viejitos are playing handball. We're like, hey, we're playing
Slaughterhouse.
So when they miss, we just start beating them up. What just happened?
Dude, as soon as you knew that ball wasn't making it to the wall, you ran for your life. Because everyone on the line knew if that ball either you missed or that ball wasn't, because it had to hit the wall, right?
Yes.
So if you threw the ball and it landed on the floor instead of the wall, dude, it was you were about to get punched.
Yeah. No, I always made sure. I there was only, and I remember them. It was 2 times I ever missed the ball, because I used to play with like the fucking big dudes, because I was always tall in middle school, so I would play with like Sergio, Aaron, Justin, like all the big dudes, like the football players. So I remember it was only twice that I missed the ball, and I fucking remember it was only twice because I paid for it. I paid for it so hard because they were the tallest, like strongest kids. So fucking getting through them, like fucking Aaron would block you. He would make sure you couldn't touch the wall.
Dang, I can imagine everything in slow motion. Jack's like trying to run to the wall.
Getting a nice block, and you're just like.
And it was twice, and I always made sure to hit the ball because I didn't want to get like fucking slaughtered, housed.
You can get decimated.
Yes.
No, but then with tetherball too, like when you would try to like block it, but you'll miss, and then the rope wraps around your hand, and you like get your hand like cut off. Like you're just there like stuck
but
on
you
the
blocked
pole.
it though.
Yeah, but you blocked it.
Oh, okay, so what was the point of that game? Because I played it once, and it
It's
didn't
literally just
catch my attention.
Yeah, you have to get the ball on the rope to coil around all the way like where it gets tight.
Okay.
But you're hitting it one way, the kid's hitting it the opposite way. So you have to make sure the ball rotates. So if you're like on this side, you have to make it go clockwise.
Oh, so the point is for it to coil, and then that's like a point?
That's a point.
No, for us that was game over.
Yeah, you either win or whatever.
Oh,
so
okay.
you would the next guy up.
Yeah.
But basically, it wouldn't be like this.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be more like that.
Okay.
Because you would punch it down,
right.
So
that the ball goes up, so the other person can get the ball.
Yeah. Okay.
How would you guys serve it? Would you get it and like throw the ball onto the pole where it bounces, and then that's where you hit it, or you will start there and just
like a volleyball serve?
Okay.
Yeah, we did like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
I was always either soccer or handball.
But there was a trick to it, because you couldn't angle it too far, because then it wouldn't coil.
Yeah, and then it would just like.
So it had to be at just enough for it to be high enough where the other person couldn't get it, but low enough where it would coil around the pole.
But those balls hurt after you hit, because they're like thick balls, and then with the metal part, if you would like miss it sometimes,
it was mainly chain and then a little bit of rope.
Yeah.
Right. So you'd get it, but since the majority of the players were right-handed, whoever got to pick their way basically had the upper hand, because they were right-handed. The other person then now had to hit it left-handed. Right, so you were at a disadvantage if you weren't homies with the guy in charge of the court.
Yeah.
If you weren't homies with them, good luck. You're playing left-handed.
Yeah.
And you can set how many ropies, which is you would grab the rope part of it, and that's where you would like, instead of hitting the ball, you would grab the rope and just go fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember
And then there was ballies, but they kind of
yeah,
it's the same idea, but
Oh,
you're
with
grabbing
the-
the ball and just chucking it, but it wasn't as effective as the rope.
Dude, ropies and volleys. I haven't heard those terms in forever.
And basically, once you got to the point where you've coiled the chain and there was only rope left, that's when you had to the circle that surrounds the tetherball court.
Yes.
You have to stand behind that circle while the other guy goes, "Phoom!" And you basically have to run and put your hand in before it coils.
And then that's where you'll be like stuck.
That's where you would get the hand stuck. Like you would get two fingers and
yes. Oh, that was the worst when your fingers get and you're
right.
just,
But you blocked it.
yeah.
They would consider a block. If
And
you
then you
didn't,
go again.
and then you would basically go. You're picking up steam.
Yeah.
But those were the days.
No, but then we like got too crazy where they didn't allow us to play it. So we would get the balls down, and the game that we would play, we would call it kickball. There's probably like an actual term for it, but we'll stand on both sides and we literally just kick the ball into the air and you have to try to catch it. If they catch it, you're out.
Oh,
I
I played that once.
But we had kickballs, but then since we couldn't play the tether balls, we used the tether balls. So then my homie, rest, well, he's not dead, but like, but rest in peace, because we, who was it? It was a chick. I forgot her name, but she was really tomboyish, but she could kick hard. So she kicked the tether ball in the air, and then since it has the metal part, it doesn't like spin like a ball. It like goes like a football, kind of like that. So he thought he was gonna catch it here, but then like it looped, and the metal part hit his eye. Dude, he was out. He was just on the floor. You had a mark right there of the metal part on his eye. Dude, rest in peace, dude. He's not dead, by the way.
I remember that game, but I never knew.
Yeah.
We always called it kickball, but it wasn't. Because kickball is basically like baseball.
Baseball,
with
yeah.
kickball.
I played kickball too.
But it's an interesting game because I never knew. We always called it kickball, but it was just stand on opposite ends, kick the ball high up in the air. The other person has to catch it, and then they kick it back.
Yeah.
But you had like all the balls that you can get. Everyone would just grab them and play that.
Yeah.
So you had soccer balls. You had the dodgeballs. You had the really big dodgeballs.
Those were the worst to get hit with, dude.
Those were so great. Every once in a while, there's a football in there, right? But then what you would do is like a lot of people would just hit it straight. If you were a bastard, you would hit it diagonally because then the person you're kicking it to isn't looking at you. They're looking straight. So then, like out of nowhere, the ball just goes. It was always brutal. It was always the best with the dodgeballs because of the sound they made.
Yeah.
You just hear boom. Those were great. I remember in middle school we played dodgeball, and it was one of those like that when you're out you have to go behind your opponent.
But
that was just so scary because now you're like
yeah. I hated that.
There was one girl who like was focused on one of the balls, and she was gonna catch it, and she caught it, but it went through her hands. The second ball was immediately after.
So she was like,
and
exposed.
Just, dude, her head went back. She like jumped up in the air, and like it was so good.
Oh God, I can visualize.
Yeah, it was so great. Or when in PE in middle school, we had it was like our turn to play volleyball.
Ooh, I love volleyball.
We had the lady PE teacher.
Ooh, what's her name?
Do we say names? I don't know if we.
She doesn't work there anymore. Miss Van Kirk.
Oh, she don't work there anymore?
That's what Shelly told us yesterday. She doesn't work there anymore.
Well, you know how she was like a small lady. She was already very red.
The most red.
I had a homie who served, but he they always tell you not to punch it, right? Because you can't control where it goes if you punch it. Well, he punched it. It goes so far off course, it went to the side. Right as Van Kirk was turning around. Oh, dude, it blasted her right in the face.
I want to say I remember that.
It you can see the ball mark. It left, and we're all laughing. And he's like, "I'm sorry. Go run! Don't stop running till I tell you." He ran the whole period. Well, he didn't run, but he was basically doing laps. the whole thing. And he's like, it was an accident. I don't care. Start running. Oh, but she was already red, so it just made her redder.
She was extremely red. I don't know why.
She was just always in the sun. She got leathery.
Yeah, but I mean, Mr. Get your PE clothes, was it?
Mr. A.
Mr. A.
Mr. A.
The rest in peace when he was all the Gatorades, and then they'll be like all slushy, not like
no,
frozen.
They were cold.
Yes.
But when you open it, you'd see it go.
Yeah, and it turns into the
what are
slushy.
the physics and the chemistry behind that? Because that's cool as fuck. Even water bottles, you just or you hit them in the table, you go and you see.
But yes, dude, he was making bank too. Probably every PE class. What was there 6 periods of PE? Nah, huh? Probably
Yeah. No, I think there were 6.
Dang.
All day. I
And
think
then
he was there all day.
He was out the Gatorade $1, huh?
Yeah. That was a lot.
Sometimes he would have the big ones for $2.
Oh yeah. I always got the glacial cooler or
Yes,
some shit like that.
the light blue one.
Yeah.
That one and the lemon one have always been my favorite.
That's what's up.
And then if those weren't available, the red one. But the red one always made me more thirsty than any of the other ones. I don't know why. There's like more chemicals in that one. The coloring, I don't know what it is, but it always left my like cotton mouth.
Oh wait, another game I wanted to ask if you guys played, because I feel like it might have been just my year, but we played freeze tag in the morning specifically. So right, in the mornings, like when you have to like line up whatever on the lines in elementary. Remember on the 4th and 5th grade playground, there's the numbers and you have to stand on the numbers. But like before that, like that 30 minutes before like school actually started, we'll play freeze tag. So then, but we will run around the whole school. So then you just see a bunch of like big, like what were the big kids in 4th and 5th grade running and going through all the classrooms. And then do you remember at our elementary school, the 1st grader side, there was in that building, there was a restroom all the way over there. So that was like the hiding spot. But like you had to like make sure you got there before, I don't want to say her name, but well, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, before a teacher specifically like saw you, because when she saw you, like she didn't care. She would go into the boys' restroom, get out of here, like don't be in here. So we will be playing freeze tag and running and hiding everywhere. By my year, that's when they made the new playground that's there right now. Because before we had the metal ones, the metal jungle gyms,
just fucking sun-baked stainless steel,
and then there was sand at the bottom. So
and then they always told like it was amongst the kids, it was sand. Like now they went wood chips, and then they had like this plastic mesh. Now it's like plastic pads.
Oh yeah. That on the swings, whenever you would slam your feet on that shit, it would really hurt. That plastic padding. I don't know why.
But they used to have sand, and what the rumor or what the kids would always say was, because if you got the bars, they would leave blisters.
Yes.
So I don't know, this is probably the most bro science, but they would say rub your hands with sand.
Yes.
And then grab the bar. I don't know if there was any truth to it, but everyone did it.
I think it worked.
Probably because it left the coat of like dirt, so that would protect it.
I don't know who came up with it though, because we're all like
it's like an elementary school myth.
That was just what you did. And then there was like the monkey bars that were like super high, and we
would jump off of it.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
We'd go all the way to the top and jump off
we were
of it.
little crackheads back in the day, just doing. But I remember the year when they started like taking it off, and then they built the new playground. It was so whack. But luckily we became 4th graders, so we went and played at the big playground now. But then that one was kind of whack too. Now that I think about it.
It was just monkey bars.
Yeah, like monkey bars. Yeah,
that's it. But we had the basketball courts.
Yes.
And then like a big ass field to play soccer.
Okay, wait. Okay. Or should we save this for the next podcast? Because I have some elementary school like ghost stories and like myths.
We can save those. Okay. We can save that one.
Fuck it. Well, okay. We'll end it here. Stay tuned for the next podcast because that's where we're gonna get into.
We're gonna get paranormal.
Yes.
Are we?
Yeah, dude. We're gonna make a paranormal squad called the Paranormal Unifying Safety Squad. Yeah.
So stay tuned if you guys need a squad to come and scout your elementary school to see if there's any ghosty wosties.
Acronym.
Hit up the what?
The Paranormal Unifying Safety Squad. Yeah. that acronym, bro.
What's that again?
Oh.
Paranormal Unifying Safety Squad. Yeah.
I just got it.
I got the acronym. So
Take the first letter.
No,
of all those.
I know. I'm trying to digest it.
Digest it, and we'll see how your bowel movements are in the next podcast.
So, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video, and make sure to stay tuned for the next one.
Bro, you didn't say ding the dong.
Oh yeah, don't forget to ding our dongs. Click on the notification bell, and so you can get
made
a
me
notification every time a new video comes out, a new cast.
Ding the dong.
Yeah, don't forget to ding our dongs. Don't forget to try Jack's Coke. Get a nice Jack and Coke.
Yikes.
Am I missing anything?
See, that's the problem. You came up with that. So
Yeah.
you have only yourself to blame.
I hate myself.
Make sure to follow all of our social media.
This is right here.
It won't be right there. It's
This
gonna
is
be
right
on
there.
the
This is
description
right here.
below.
Yeah.
And that's it, everybody. We're gonna end it on a hey. Ready?